Hello, wanted to give a quick writing update before I go to bed. So in my video of 4 tips of getting out of a writing slump, I told you all about a project that I'm working on, which is one of the books for my Once Upon an Erotica fairy tale series. I made some headway in that. I've been using those tips that I mentioned in my writing slump video that I'm linking into the cards right now. I've been using those tips and I was able to I'm working still on chapter 13. The way that I work is I will write it. Once I get like maybe 2-3 chapters in, I'll go back and I'll edit. And so I've done that. And the editing portion, I like to edit and write at the same time because at the end, I spend less time trying to come up with ideas or finalize my draft. I'm able to just make minor corrections and then really push it out. And so as I've been writing on chapter 13, I've been also going back because sometimes what will happen is that my brain will shut off and my creativity will lose creativity. And so I will go back to like remind myself about the story. And then as I'm reading, going to now where I began writing, I'm able to flow freely like that. And so that's what I've been doing. I'm on chapter 13. Like I said, I want to reread this one and finish it out because I'm not really done with this chapter, but I'm reaching a block right now where I don't know what the direction of the characters I want them to go into. And so I just wanted to give a quick update on where I'm at in this writing journey. For my group project, I wrote the prologue for that. I have finalized my outline. Seems like I'm gonna have quite a few chapters in there, so that's good. But we'll see once I start writing and things like that. I'm ready to write on chapter 1, but for some reason, this book that I'm working on that's for my series is calling me more. And so whenever a book or characters call out to me more, then I would write in that book versus trying to knock out something else. I'll try to flush it out and then move on to maybe my other project. At least that's what I do when I have multiple projects going at the same time. That's what I wanted to say. I'm watching Clean Slate, which is a show on Prime Video. I just randomly came across it and I'm on the first episode. It seems good so far, so I'll see if I enjoy it. And after this episode, I'll probably look at my book again and see how far I get there. And then I'm gonna just head on to sleep. All right, later. After work today, I just really had some energy to write in my book, not the group project book, but the other book that I want to come out in March. That is the goal, is to have this book out ready to you all in March. I want to have ARC readers reading the book in February. So that's why I really want to go ahead and knock this out this month. But I just had a lot of energy to go ahead and write in the book. And so I did some editing, like I mentioned before in previous videos, that I kind of edit as I go. So by the time I reach the end of the book, all I have to do is just do one read through together and not have to do so much editing. And so I was able to knock out a lot of editing today, or tonight, shall I say. I completed a chapter, I wrote another chapter, and I'm kind of getting tired, but I still have some type of yearning or desire to continue to write. So I think I'm going to write another chapter, and then I will just call it a wrap on writing so far. I want to Today is the 3rd of January, so I want to have this done. I don't know. Like, I want to have my final copy completed let me get my phone so I can look at some dates. So today is Friday. Oh, not the 3rd. Today's the 2nd. My bad. So today is Friday, January 2nd. I would love to have this completed version done by the 16th of January, which is a Friday as well. If I can have the completed done by the 16th, that means that all I would have to do is just read it over, make any minor corrections that I might need to. And then that gives me time to market. So I need to come up with flyers and marketing tools for the book. I need to reach out for ARC readers. So I grab my ARC readers from the people who are subscribed to my newsletter from my website, which is www.aliciajarmstrong.com. I ask them first, they get first dibs, and then depending on how many ARC readers that I want, if I don't get that amount from my newsletter folks, then I will go to different avenues like Instagram, Facebook, and ask for ARC readers from there. But the people from my newsletter, they get first dibs on everything. I give them writing updates as well so that they know that I'm out here still working. So subscribe to my newsletter or a member of my newsletter, then by all means do so. Also, I want to start collecting, because I think what I have on my release date, I think I just gave a random date, which is, I think I said March 21st. That's a Saturday. So if that's the case, and my books are not really that long, so people don't really need a month or even more than a month to read my book. I like to give my ARC readers at least 2 weeks to be able to read it before the release date, so that it's fresh in their mind by the time the release date comes. And I believe 2 weeks give them enough time to read less than 100 or 100 and something pages. So that means I need to secure my ARC readers by March 1st. No later than March 1st, I need to already have my ARC readers, and then I need to give them the book on the 7th of March. And what I like to do too with my ARC readers is I give the option that if you want to have physical copy, it comes with all the book swag. So basically it's all you do is pay for shipping and you'll get the book swag to go with it, or you can get the ebook obviously, but that wouldn't come with no book swag. So that's the time frame. That is the thought processes that's going on right now in my head. Like I said, I want to get through another chapter. What I think I'm gonna do, because my brain right now is kind of fuzzy, I think I'm gonna watch an episode of a show that I'm in the middle of. I've been watching Clean Slate on Prime Video. It's pretty interesting so far, but I want something that's more comical. So I'm gonna try to find something more comical, watch maybe an episode of that, and hopefully that'll give me a boost of energy to get back to my writing. But I want to continue, or at least want to finish another chapter tonight. I think that will make me feel a lot better of me making headway in this book, because I've really have maybe 3 or 4 more chapters left and the book will be completed. So that is good. And I like this flow of where I'm at with this book, and I'm excited now. I have my ups and downs when it comes to writing a book. I have my ups and downs where it comes like, man, seems like the creative flow has just left me. And then sometimes it feels like I just keep writing. Then my chapters, I didn't realize my chapters are getting long. And so I just like that right now I'm in a creative flow where I want to continue on and not necessarily continue on to finish the book, but at least just do another chapter so that I can make a dent in this book, and I'm almost to that finish line, because getting there is just like, whew, I'm ready to get there. So that's all I wanted to say. Pop in real quick. Nothing really too jazzy. That's all I have. So stay tuned. Look out for what's in store. I'm out here working. I may not be visible on social media like that, but in the background and on YouTube, you'll see that I am doing things. See you all in the next one. I wanted to take you all on this meeting that I am about to attend. I have roughly 15 minutes until the meeting starts. What is going on is I am meeting with two of the ladies that I am writing this group project for. And so what I have, and I would show you, but I don't want to give out anything prematurely. So I'm just going to talk through what I have in front of me. But we have this running Google Doc that we make our edits on. We make any information that pertains to our book that the other person may want to include in their book, because a lot of times our characters may meet each other, and so there may be dialogue. And so I have my male main character or female main character personalities on this Google Doc, so that if my character is talking in somebody else's book, they kind of already know what the personality is of my character, and they can kind of cater the reactions or the dialogue to their character in their book. I hope that makes sense. But anyways, I have the Google Doc open. We did do a running tab, I guess you could call it, as far as key things that we want to discuss for this coming meeting. And so a few things is just kind of like the roles of an event that's going on in our book. Another one is, the similarities of actions that are going on. So there's a snowstorm that is going to happen in our book, and we need to determine when do we get the alert and how long is the snowstorm going to last. And so it's just stuff like that, so that when we are writing, that we already are on the same page, because we don't want you all as readers to be reading this series and then you're like, wait a minute, that doesn't add up, or in the last book it was this, and then how is this? Our world is happening at the same time. And so having 3 different books where the world is happening at the same time, like these events are occurring at the same time, is imperative that we get that information finalized, so that when we're writing, it's a fluid reading experience for you all, and it's a fluid writing experience for us. And so at the end of this meeting, we are hoping that we can go ahead and start writing in our book. I know some of the ladies began writing, but because we kept going back and forth with our timeline for the book as far as what's happening in the book, we all just kind of put pause on writing. We have our outline done. We just need to finalize everything for this meeting, and then critique, or not critique, but edit our outline if need be, and then begin writing. So right now I'm just going to read over some notes. I am pulling up my notes that I have from my own book, because what I do, I've transitioned from writing brain dumping ideas and writing my ideas from GoodNotes to now Apple Notes. And so I have a folder with all my novels and future novels that I want to do. And I just kind of write either if I'm not working on it right now, like I haven't began writing it out, I would write like ideas of what I want this book to do. If I have began writing it, then I have like an outline in this folder. I have like the chapters, just quick little notes of what I want to discuss in each chapter. And so for this book, what I've done was I fleshed out like my characters. I fleshed out, the dynamic, because this series is going to hit on enemies to lovers and forced proximity. And so I want to make sure that the enemies to lovers is displayed in the book prior to, obviously, they become lovers. And then with the forced proximity, that's really what we as the group have to finalize, because we want to make sure that the forced proximity is given on there, and that the enemies to lovers is portrayed as well. And so I'm just going to have our team Google Doc on one side of my screen, and then I'm going to have my notes for my book on the other side of the screen while I go through the meeting. I have 10 minutes now before the meeting starts, so I'm just going to refresh my mind on what we discussed in our Google Docs and then what I have in my Apple Notes before I call in to the meeting. So I may record some of our conversation. It depends. Like I said, I don't want to give out any information prematurely, but if I don't have the audio for you all, you'll see me go through the motions of being in the meeting. So stay tuned. Stretching. Did you get it all out? How'd you sleep?
Not well.
Not well? Why?
I'm alive though. So I'm back in a little bit.
Okay.
In and out. I'm trying watching church, but keep falling asleep. So I'm not up enough to watch TV, but not tired enough to stay asleep yet. So it's like off and on.
Let me just turn them off because I know no sense of running the battery down. I was trying to put my headphones in because I'm going to cook while I'm doing this. And this raggedy thing decided that I could hear y'all, but I couldn't say nothing. Maybe it's a browser issue. Let me go over here to Chrome and log in and see what's going on. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe it's the headphones. Forget it. I ain't going to forget it. I ain't just whatever. Everybody can hear us.
My New Year's Eve was fine. I just stayed in, watched this movie called Ghosting that's on Netflix. Yeah, it's Ghosting. It says the Christmas Spirit. It's about this woman that basically dies, and her date thinks that he ghosted her. And so it was like really, really cute. It was cozy. It talked about like friendship, new love, finding love. It was really good. It says Christmas Spirit, but it didn't give me Christmas vibes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I realized I never updated you all on the meeting that just took place, that last clip that you just seen. So the meeting went really well. We were able to finalize a lot of stuff, and now we are writing in our own books. Me personally, and because this is a writing update, I can share this with you all. I haven't started writing in mine yet because the other book that I'm working on personally has been calling out to me. I'm a few chapters from being done, and so once I get those few chapters done, then I can feel better about starting the other book, because the one that I'm working on personally will be due February the latest, I want to say, because I want to get my ARC readers, like I was telling you all, and have that in time for the release date of March 21st. As of right now, March 21st is still the release date. So I want to get through those chapters, and then all I would have to do is do a final read through, edit as I go, as I'm reading through that, and then put it up for pre-orders and try to market for ARC readers. So I'm going to end this vlog right here. I plan on doing these writing vlogs or writing updates every month just to let you all know what's going on. If you want to read the actual work, because I can't really get into details here as far as what I'm working on because the book isn't published yet. But if you want to read what I'm working on, as I mentioned before, join my exclusive membership on my website at www.aliciajarmstrong.com. Go up to the top where it says exclusive membership, and you can choose either the kinky membership or the erotic membership. And with those memberships, it'll break it down what you get with those. But there I give you all the exclusive. I give you the access to chapter by chapter of when I'm writing it. So you'll get to read the work, and it's kind of like a sneak peek of what I am writing, because this fairy tale that I'm writing, I don't want to release that one yet. But if you join the membership, you're able to see you'll be able to guess which fairy tale I'm writing on right now. And so you'll get those updates. You'll get discounts for the paperback if you're in the kinky. You will get the free ebook if you're in the erotic. So I'll give you the free e-arc if you want. And then if you want to do the paperback, you just pay for shipping. Because obviously everybody lives differently, and so shipping costs will be different. But you just pay for shipping, and you get the physical book along with the book swags that go with that. There's so many tons of other things. I'm popping them up right now on the screen for you to read over again, even though I already did it in previous videos of this vlog. But I wanted to just give this a quick writing update, because like I said, I have been away from social media for a while, but it's because of reasons, because of life things as far as work that's paying the bills. As you can see or can guess, I'm at work right now. But because of that, and then just because of trying to get some projects up and add them and doing admin stuff, you haven't really been seeing me on social media because I've been using that to advertise. But if you want to see what I'm doing behind the scenes, behind the social media, by all means join either the kinky or erotic $10 or $20 membership. And yeah, you'll be able to just really get all of my writing aspect, my writing outlines, my plans for each chapters. Like, you'll get it all with whatever membership that you do choose to go from, with what comes with that. So I'll leave you here. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And until next time, later.